Alright, hi guys, Mike here, Professional Security Role. I made one video prior, that was attempt number one, screwed it up, hit stop recording, and before I hit stop recording again, let me move my cursor off that button. Sorry, I was doing my, I was moving the mouse with my middle finger, I wasn't flicking you guys off. Alright, so today, announcements. Um, for those of you who just saw me in Sean's live, because I'm basically re-recording this as Sean's coming off his live today on Monday, um, I started day one of a new job today. It's a job I've had before. I was removed from this job early on in my career. I will own it on film that in 2020 I was fired from this contract. New security company's taking the contract. Fresh start, hard reset. I am a former employee of this security company. This security company has welcomed me back into this contract with open arms. I'm very thankful for that because I will state this is the only job. This is one of, I can count them on one hand, and it's less than five. I can count on one hand the amount of jobs that I've truly felt enrichment, enjoyment, and a job that I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm talking about I'm going to spell it out for y'all, and then I'm going to use the acronym the rest of the video. The Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada, our mass transit, our bus system contract here in Nevada. Well, the Las Vegas area, Clark County. Um, so I just stated I got fired. I got terminated. I'm going to own that on film. Now, pray tell, people will ask, well, Mike, you're like, you're an upper tier guy. You know your shit. How did you get terminated? Well, this was before I got all my instructor credentials. This was before I knew what I know now versus obviously what I knew then. What I knew then was I'm on it, guys. I've done a lot of growing up in the last couple of years. I entered security in 2018, 2017, kind of beginning 2018. For those of you who have followed my channel, y'all know I'm a survivor of the 2017 Las Vegas strip shooting, and that's what made me go into security in the first place. I digress. So we'll call it 2018 to 2020, 2021. Um, I didn't know anything. I was still going through my initial hot-headed phase that I think every security officer goes through at first. So to the point of how did I get terminated? Well, I was getting a sleeper off the platform, or excuse me, I was getting a sleeper off a bus. It was going well. The second we hit the platform, though, the second we hit the station, total 180, his switch flipped. He just went ape shit. Um, Started throwing rocks at me. For those of us that know our stuff, we know rocks are projectiles. I was legally justified going straight to guns. I instantly turned on my body cam like I'm supposed to. Going into that situation, the second he became aggressive, I body cam. I didn't. I thought exercising restraint would have looked good on body cam, except when I pulled the baton off my duty belt, when I pulled the baton out of its pouch, the cheap ass $20 Uzi brand baton, the Amazon quality baton that Marksman Security. Yeah, I'm naming you guys, buggers. The cheap ass $20 baton that Marksman Security issued back then on that RTC contract, it shit itself. It expanded on its own, and obviously, I presented a less lethal implement, one step below deadly force. My baton expanded on its own. It just, and that escalated the situation. The damage was done. The guy amped up, did a presentation of a baton, kept throwing rocks at me, kept advancing. This whole time he's throwing rocks at me, kept advancing on me. Now he's really huffing and puffing. Presentation of baton. So I went, hey, you come any closer, I'm gonna shove my baton up your ass. I'm not fucking playing here. Fast forward, the incident was reviewed. The incident was reviewed by the client, RTC themselves, and my security employer, Marksman, and I was terminated for it. Now, what makes me salty about that incident is what makes me salty about that. I feel like I'm screwing up this word a lot lately. What makes me salty about that incident, I have to sound it out and enunciate, Jesus, is they've let a lot of shit go since then. As we near the end of Marksman's time on this security contract, they would have let my incident go nowadays, I've been told. So if I had done that, say in 23, maybe 24 this year, I'm good. So that's what makes me salty about that incident. What makes me really especially salty about that incident, though, was, and this is what I talked about in attempt number one recording this video, I have to learn to say no. And I have to start looking out for myself at one point. I was working for 3.5 months straight, 16-hour duty days, on doubles, 7 days a week. I will restate that again for emphasis. 7 days a week for 3.5 months straight, 0 days off, working 16s, doubles that entire fucking time. I made one little incident and I got canned for it. Fast forward 4 years later, now we're in 24. Clean slate. So sorry, I was looking at my LinkedIn actually. Um, so what I know now versus what I know then. I'm an instructor in batons, handcuffing, flashlight, pepper spray, taser, 68 caliber less lethal munitions, pepper ball. I have come a long way. I have developed, I have matured, and I really truly do feel like my 1 year that I spent in Salt Lake City has done wonders for me. I feel like ever since I came back from Vegas, from Utah, my attitude's changed. The way I look at security has changed, and I actually talk to people more now since my return from since my return to Vegas from Utah. I'm actually talking to people because before in Vegas, I was mean mugging everybody. I kept to myself. I was very standoffish, not timid, but it's just I didn't like conversation, and I would like stare people down, and I was not interested in conversation in general. I thought that was the way you're supposed to be in security. I thought you're supposed to be the silent, stoic, mean mug everybody. Don't even look at me. I thought you were supposed to be that type of person. I carry a firearm for a living. I thought that's what you were supposed to do. But we've taken these less lethal instructor courses. My 1 year in Utah, unarmed, ironically enough, though, in a secured operations center, in a global security operations center, in a GSOC, not even working field work, not even carrying a firearm, not even doing anything, basically being a dispatcher at a much higher level, though. For those of you who know GSOC, you know GSOC. It ain't just dispatching, brother. I had 4 to 5 offices in the US to run accountability for, and an international office in Australia before the client shut their international office in Aussie down. So I've run the gambit. But I feel like that 1 year in that GSOC unarmed did so much for my attitude. So much, call it professional maturity within security since I've come back to Vegas. So I try to keep my videos under 10 minutes. I'm going to go over. This video is going to be 15 tops. I'm looking at OBS right now, the streaming software I use to record. I'm at 9 minutes now. We're going to go a little bit over 10, but it's going to be 10 to 15. Sorry, guys, just have a lot to kind of. It's been a little bit since I've been on YouTube, so I just kind of want to lay it all out for y'all. All right. So with all that being said, switching gears. I'm getting instructor credentials soon. I revisited Sean's 17, 18, maybe 20 item list at most that he was kind enough to provide me months ago. This is something he basically provided me in confidence, more or less his restricted catalog of instructor stuff. So I don't want to air it out of this video. But I revisited his stuff recently, and it made me think about some stuff that I want to get shortly. So on my instructor wish list right now, Intercon is recertifying me in first aid, CPR, all that basic stuff that 99% of security requires. My first aid credential It was revoked, but it wasn't revoked as in my stuff was pulled. It was by way of because my instructor had their stuff revoked, anybody under that instructor, their stuff became null and void. So my first aid stuff was more or less voided out. Now, at the same time, once I'm recertified through Intercon, I want to become a first aid instructor as well. After that, I want to become a tourniquet instructor through either the American Red Cross or ASHI, ASHI, or there's another entity called Just HSI that does the AVERT training. Um, so I'm hoping Intercon provides a credential through one of those two or three. That way I can get the tourniquet instructor stuff through them as an add-on. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do a bridge over. Say they provide American Red Cross, and go, well, fuck. That's who I'm gonna do my instructor stuff through. Then I gotta do a bridge over, etc., etc. Um, so I'm hoping my Intercon first aid credential is through one of those. That way I don't have to do a bridge over and all that. In the immediate future, right now, though, um, I'm getting a Narcan naloxone instructor credential. To my deep dive Google search, I did a Google search down at the bottom of a Google search to where it says, "Do you want to repeat the search?" Blah 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 blah. That's always what I mean whenever I do a deep dive Google search. I'll have to do a search on the live video at some point. Not a live with the live YouTube, but just do a Google search here through OBS. Be like, okay, here's how I do my research for stuff. Here's how I know so much about certain things. Like I did that with tasers recently. I know there's only like 4 TASER X26 single shot holster pouches on the market for selection. So in reality, you got like 4 million different police websites who sell like 4 TASER pouches, TASER ammo pouches. It's really all there is on the market for single shots for the X26s. However, I digress. So RTC today, the first day of class, stated we were looking for an Narcan instructor. So that made me today go, well, I want to be that person. Well, ironically enough, I came home today and I was doing duty belt research for gear. Now that I know what we're being issued. And then I went to Zero Nine Holsters, my favorite Kydex manufacturer. They just released a new Narcan holster. So I went, well, fuck. So RTC was talking today. Then I find this holster online, and that made me go, you know what? I want to look into becoming an Narcan instructor. Fuck this. So I did a deep dive Google research. There's only one entity in that entire Google search that I found that actually provides a train the trainer an instructor credential. They're approved by the Illinois, I forget what Illinois calls their post board, but basically the Illinois Law Enforcement Board. I digress. I'll say it like that for the purpose of this video. The Illinois Law Enforcement Board approves this entity for continuing education for law enforcement officers' professional hours. So I went, oh shit. Okay, if the state board okays them, it should be really enough. So we're gonna get our instructor credential for Narcan through these folks. And that's gonna happen like in the next couple of weeks. Now down the road, I want to get first aid, etc. I'm gonna have to wait for Intercon to issue me my actual hard plastic first aid card, and then go from there. In these next couple of weeks, maybe months, that's gonna be stuff I'm gonna be interested in. So yeah. Oh, the other thing. Um, I'm actually chunked that up into a different video, so there'll be 2 videos today. So for now, without further ado, this is my Career to Professional Security Journal. You guys stay safe, take it easy out there, take pride in all that you do in our profession and in your particular role. Stay safe, stay situationally aware, stay vigilant out there. And other than that, I'll see y'all in video 2. I'm going to end this video and we're going to go right into the next one. So there'll be 2 videos dropping right after another simultaneously tonight. Without further ado, this is my Career TPSJ. See y'all in the next one right now. And we're rolling in the next. Take it easy, friends.